my role as a producer for Broken Time is really varied. There's no one thing that you do. And I've been trying to create as many different partnerships as I can around the show because it's so much rooted in the heritage of this kind of, especially the M62 corridor. And I've done quite a lot of work with Mark, the Director of Education down here before, and I had a chat to him and he said, look, this is brilliant. We're running a heritage lottery programme at the moment. Is there any way that we can tie in? So we're giving Mark lots of kind of different materials and stuff, and in return himself and John Keir said, right, come on, let's show you how rugby actually feels to play, which is just a brilliant opportunity.
I think it's fantastic that the game is structured or kind of has that sense of belonging. They'll kind of let us in today and kind of get that interaction going. I think the interaction's really important for us, but it's quite exciting. I know the guys down there now are kind of a little bit nervous. They're not quite sure what they're going to expect, but I think it's fun and it's a great way to kind of get everybody immersed in what we'll be doing for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, well, there's a play that's going to be made, and it's going to start off and tour the country, called Broken Time. It's about the history of Rugby League and how Rugby League obviously first broke away from the game of rugby union. And these guys in white shirts, the actors, they're obviously featuring in that play. They'll be touring the country, and they wanted to find out a little bit about Rugby League. They've got different, obviously, backgrounds, and we thought one of the best ways was to invite them along, let the players do some basic skills with them, and then see how they went from there.
Well, I think they'll be mopping their brows slightly. I don't know whether out of exhaustion or relief. They were slightly worried about all these massive players kind of running down a pitch at them. But then this afternoon we're making a visit to the Theatre Royal in Wakefield, which is where we're premiering the show. So we're going to go up there, have a look round, and then we're going to read through the script and just start having a think about how we're going to actually put that on its feet before we start rehearsals kind of in earnest tomorrow, in a sense.
I think they're trying to portray how Rugby League started, and they want to learn. They haven't had much to do with Rugby League before. They want to know the basics and the tackling. And that someone was talking about the scrumming, saying back in the day they used to be like rugby union scrums, so they want to sort of learn how to pack a scrum and drive and all this. So they want to know as much as they want about Rugby League. So we're trying to fit it all into like an hour session, just the basics, and hopefully they can go from there.
It's been a real labour of love. I've enjoyed every moment of it because Rugby League's my big passion. I love it anyway. But it's about sort of finding ways and dramatic forms really to get all the different issues and arguments and all the different factors and forces that led to the breakaway in 1895 and the formation of the Northern Union, getting that into a dramatic form. So creating characters, we've used the Reverend Frank Marshall. He's one real character who is so passionately opposed to professionalism that we had to use him and keep him in the play. But then we decided to create some fictional characters so as to get all the other arguments from the club's owners and from the players, and also from all the labour and trade union movement that's kind of inextricably bound up and involved in the story too. So it's been hard, but it's been good fun. It's been really good fun.
I think it was important. In the story, there's a great sense of community. Rugby League and rugby itself is kind of born out of a sense of community. And I think what we wanted to do is kind of reflect that in the play. The modern game still feels like it very much belongs to the communities around the teams, and therefore kind of connecting with that community so we can get the widest possible audience to hear the story. It was just really important for us.
I think that Rugby League fans will absolutely love it. I think they'll really enjoy it because there's probably a lot of history of our game that I didn't know till I started looking into this. I knew vaguely about the George Hotel 1895, and that I didn't realise just how passionately and embittered the whole feud became, and how the birth of the game is really linked into all the social and political history of the country at the time, you know, and the birth of the trade union and labour movements and all that sort of stuff. So I think, and also there's loads of fun and laughter as well in it. We've got a lot of music hall in it. The actors can all play brass band, brass instruments. We've got a live brass ensemble going to be on stage, and say it myself, I think it's quite funny as well. So I think it's a really enjoyable evening out.
I think people better run, not walk, to get these tickets. Hopefully it's going to sell out, it's catching fire everywhere, and it's just one of those things that you can, guys can bring their wives to on a nice night out because it's got a great love story, it's got music in it, it's got drama, it's got tension, and it's about rugby league. So there's something for everyone. Bring the family, bring all sorts of different people, and you'll just have a really great night out. That's, you come down to this pitch and you see a great match, or any pitch, that's their entertainment. We are good at the kind of entertainment that we create, so it's going to be a great show at the end of the day.
The story, I was just utterly blown away when I kind of first heard that story, and I was just excited from day one, because when somebody says, oh, I've got a story about an event, sometimes you can be a little bit sceptical and think, oh, where's that going to go? But this was just such a whole story and such a dramatic story. There was no question that this story had to be told, and we kind of made it our mission to find a way to tell it.